Everybody give me an A. Let's go to the A. Everybody on A. Right here, everybody on A. One of my main concepts in recording is to do a record in everything, blues, gospel, jazz. But right now the idea kind of formed into being a personal thing because I'm doing a few things in my personal life, and for me it's always a fulfillment to come back from where I come from. I come from that third bench over there, very involved in church, very spiritual person, and for me it's a personal thing to say thank you to God, to uplift one voice and one record, don't give it to the Lord. This is my thank you. And at the same time to showcase what I can do with gospel. One. Well, my family helped found this church, and us being from Tremere my whole life, and me, I'm one of the biggest, I think, promoters of keeping the flame in the Tremere alive. Is significant. Come on, for crying out loud. I got the preacher who baptized me. Is here to embrace me, recording live here. I can only describe it in tears. If I start crying, it made me understand it. And that's how I feel when I'm in this church. I feel like crying because everybody up there know me. They raised my mama, they raised my mom's sister, they raised my uncle, they raised me. So, and to see all those people look at me like, yeah, he did good, he made it. That's better than a college degree, man. I got 20 different colleges gonna be up there tonight, and all of them, I got a degree from all of them.
He's amazing, and he is. His voice is a gift from God, and his presence is electrifying, and he's got that great six-word ragged tone, but when he opens his mouth you can hear a sound that lifts you up while it lays you down. That was the lyric then, and it stands. And when I saw him in Spike Lee's movie, it grabbed me by the throat and made me want to listen. That's what he's got a massive presence and a massive sweetness that comes through despite his troubles.
Just one of the most amazing performers that people have ever seen. I mean, it's the same reaction every single time. Yeah, well, clearly his vocal presence is otherworldly, really. I mean, there's no one that sings like Glen David, and there's no one who gets an audience involved in a show like him anywhere. It's something that, you know, not many performers have. And he's also incredibly, you know, it's not just he's a great performer, but he also plays amazing trombone, and his vocal, as I said, one of a kind. I called Chris Joseph from the Threadheads, and I said Glen David wants to make a gospel record. I told him what we needed to do it. 2 days later, he called me back and said, let's make the record. And that's just how quick it happened. I mean, the Threadheads came through unbelievably. And, you know, like $25 checks, $100 checks, $200 checks, all the different Threadheads came together to make this record. And Glen was just beside himself. He was so excited.
And this is a special song. I'd like to actually dedicate this song to Mr. Israel Augustine, E.P. Turo, Avery Alexander, and all those other people that made sure that I could ride the bus, that I can vote, and I could just sit up here and congregate with white blacks folk together. This is a song from the struggle entitled The Rock of Ages. I wanted songs that reflected the struggle of black people. I wanted songs that described the black Southern Baptist church. If you listen to Rock of Ages and you think about when the song come about and when this church was incorporated in 1927, you understand why they sang that song. You know, Wash the Tears Away from Me. And I heard all these songs, and these are songs that motivate me, and they move me, and it touches me. But I mainly want to stay in the old Baptist songs that everybody knew, and I want to do songs that make you feel good. Like I'll Fly Away, that's one of my most requested songs outside of Glory Land. And I'm just trying to show people that I can do this, not just at funerals, and when you see me, this is where I come from, and this is why I can do jazz, because it all started with this. I never was in the choir, I sang, and then my sisters and everybody was in the choir, so I watched and I was a part of it. And I want everybody to know, whatever you see me doing rock, when you hear Joe Camel, when you hear Give Me a Dime, whatever you hear, it all comes from that third bench over there listening to that choir.
He never forgot, you know, where he came from. And, but anytime he's in town, anytime he's in the neighborhood, you always drop by to check on his pastor and his church. He never forgot his church.
Mr. Great Reverend Sidney Joshua, not only, and I'm only gonna come from my heart, nothing scripted. All I can say is that for the inspiration, he's been there for my family through some very trying times. One of the most important things I can remember that you and your wife embraced my family is everybody was around the bed in Tulane Hospital. They gave my mama 72 hours to live. But he told me, he said, what you got to do, you got to look at your mom, you got to remember the good things and remember that she wants you to do. And he'll tell you, I was in the elevator and I didn't want to go out the elevator for nothing because, it's the burn unit. You don't want to see your mama burned up. But him and his wife, they stuck behind me and they were singing the song, saying, guide me over, great Jehovah. And he guided me. Been born and raised around the corner. I heard the music everywhere, and everybody that played jazz in New Orleans played in church. The Lasty families, the Childers family, all these people come from church backgrounds. And that same thing, you have some of the best musicians always in church. Just because the lady play organ don't mean she don't play blues neither. She might not play blues in the club, but in church you feel like she's playing it.